So, apparently on the 23rd of August, India are going to have another pop at landing on the moon. This mission's called the Chandrayaan 3 mission. We get to see some of the build quality, and I'm going to be honest, that's not bad for a space art project. That's not bad at all. That's almost a convincing prop, so well done, lads. But what I thought we'd do just to get a flavour, a taste of what is to come, I thought we'd revisit the last time India attempted to land on the moon. Bear with me. So we join the action here in the Indian control room as their lunar lander comes in to land.
Welcome to the coverage of soft landing of Chandrayaan-2 on lunar surface. These are the visuals from
I'm just going to pause you there, my good man. I've just noticed something. Considering India are now they're thought of and cited as a space superpower. Considering that, I find it very strange that this young lady here, in your control room at the back, seems to be communicating with someone via CB radio. Who's she chatting to? Chris Christopherson? Look.
Mission Operations Complex at ISRO Telemetry, Tracking and Command Network, ISTRAC, based out of the garden city of Bengaluru, Karnataka.
Another 48 seconds to go before this deboost or firing of the engines. The 4 thruster engine, throttle engines are carried out.
Oh dear. So far, numbers, CB radios, strangely enough, and terrible cartoons. You would have thought by now you'd have a live camera there to give you a visual to what's going on, regardless if there's a so-called delay. At least then you've got some kind of visual representation to show you what's actually going on, and a historical record should things go wrong, to enable you to put them right. But no, we don't get that. We get cartoons, data, and CB radios.
धीरे धीरे अब उसकी गति को कम करना शुरू करेंगे.
This is literally adults working themselves up into a frenzy over terrible cartoons. I don't think Matey Boy's buying it, mind.
Yes, the descent phase of operation for the Vikram lander has just been initiated with the firing of the 4 liquid engines, which I was mentioning, the 4 throttleable engines. The activity has just started. So we expect in the next 3 minutes, the velocity should come down to something like 146. So on your screen, you can see the plot where we have on the x-axis, the downrange, and on the y.
Look at how easy this silly charade is to pull off. You get a load of people in, you pay them a wage. They read and interpret data, and then suddenly think reality is exactly the opposite to what can be tested and verified by all. They justify that by clapping to cartoons on a TV screen and chatting to goodness knows who on CB radios. Dear oh dear.
Axis is the altitude. So I think altitude has Alok has come down quite substantially now.
And look what these people have actually got on their screens as far as evidence to suggest this silliness is actually taking place. Obviously it's not. But look, how obvious do they have to make it?
We are almost maybe in the range of 10 to 20 kilometers. And velocity also is, yeah, I think maybe. So a very close match with respect to the pre-flight predictions. So we have finished the rough braking phase now because the target for that was 7.4 kilometers and the velocity was nearly 140. So the
Good Matey Boy here, he's like, that cartoon is amazing. Amazing, mate. Come on. What have you got yourself into here through your naivety? Dear oh dear.
The Vikram lander has successfully completed the rough braking phase, and now we have...
Even these kids ain't buying it. Look at the faces.
Entered the next phase of operation, which is the absolute navigation or attitude control phase, and this particular event is going to last for nearly 38 seconds. and the 4 throttleable engines are continuously on, and we see the velocities something like 86 meter per second and roughly 4.43 kilometers away from the landing site. So all going well.
Don't get me wrong, mate. It all sounds like a good story. Don't get me wrong. The graphics and everything's got a touch of the sort of Escape from New York vibe about it. But hey, I don't nothing wrong with a good old John Carpenter film. But this just ain't cutting it, fella.
Awaiting the announcement for completing. Yes, the rough braking phase has been successfully completed, and we have entered the next phase of braking operation, which is the fine braking start, which is going to basically commence from 5 kilometer altitude, and this particular operation is going to last for nearly 96 seconds, wherein the Vikram lander will be
ridiculous,
reaching an altitude of just 400 meters above the landing site for initiating the vertical descent operations. So we are almost 11 minutes 52 seconds after the descent operation has started, just awaiting the announcement for the end of fine braking phase. Maybe in another few seconds we should hear the announcement that the fine braking phase of operation has been completed, and we expect at the end of this the vehicle to reach an altitude of almost 400 meters. And the velocity right now, if you look at the plot, we have the Vikram lander has a horizontal velocity of nearly 48 meters and vertical velocity of 60 meters per second.
This is Mission Control Center. Vikram lander descent was as planned, and the normal performance was observed up to an altitude of 2.1 kilometer. Subsequently, the communication from lander to ground station was lost. The data is...
Oh, bless him. Bless him. His cartoon didn't land, and as a result, everyone's devastated. Can you see how easy it is to pull off this silly pantomime, this silly moon landing charade? I suppose the big question is, because this is the last mission, just to get a taste of what is to come, will we get to see the Indian space prop art project do the rounds on the space pantomime circuit? Or will they again have a supposed crash landing, and in doing so spare us the silliness that no doubt will follow if it's a supposed successful landing? Oh, please let it be successful, supposedly. Please let them go for the silly storyline that it is successful and we get to see their rover and their art project in all its silly glory. Please. Can't wait.